Hey people, Franksman here. Working on my Jeep and got to tear apart the carburetor. Every time you tear apart a carburetor, you don't have to buy a rebuild kit. Most of the time you can reuse the gaskets. Reusing the gaskets is just a matter of prying them off real delicately to reuse them. And that's what I do with this carburetor, and I got it going back together. So I didn't tear any gaskets. Doing this sort of work, you don't have to pay money every time you tear into a carburetor. I've been doing this for a long time, and I never pay money to tear into a carburetor unless I absolutely have to. Save a lot of money. This way, I think a rebuild kit's like 50 to 100 bucks for something like this. So I'm saving that money and putting it towards something else. So stay tuned. Okay, look what I got here. Got my carburetor off. Not going to show a video of that. Simple, straightforward. Unbolting it, popping the hoses off. That's it. Nothing fancy. Right off the bat, I could see issues with this carburetor even before I tear into it. There's nothing froze up on there except the accelerator pump. And I'll dig into that later. Okay, main issue I've seen before I take it apart is the bottom plate's clogged up. See all this carbon in here? That's from this port here. This port goes to the PCV valve, which is crankcase fumes, oil mist, just sucked into the carburetor, and it clogged up the vacuum system, which explains why the carburetor panel is full of oil. PCV system just not working anymore. And you can see this is how it gets its vacuum signal through this little channel here, and the gasket is full of gunk too, so it completely closed off this port to where this vacuum line was not working. Same thing with the other side. This thing here opens the choke system after you start it up. To keep running, open it up a certain amount so it don't flood out the motor. And that's clogged too. So yeah, this thing's got issues. Let's see. Yeah. That port's, yeah, you can see the dirt. I scraped some of it away, but it was clogged too. So yeah, probably flood out when I started it up cold. So straightforward, clean it out and sit tight. Okay, let's take a look at overview of the carburetor. Explain what the different things do. This here is for your emissions. It sucks gas fumes out of the float bowl. Goes into the charcoal canister that I disconnected. This will probably just get plugged. It's got other vents, so it's not going to hurt it. This here speeds up idle when you turn on the heater, so the battery will stay charged. This here opens up the choke system when you start the motor, so it don't flood out, because with it completely closed like this while the engine's running, it'll flood out the carburetor and the engine. And it's got an electric choke on it. Also has provisions for a manual choke, where you take this off and you hook up the cable, or a mechanical choke. It also has the tubing going into the intake for it. So a lot of options here I could switch it over to. Or I might just keep this on here. Depends on how good it works. Have no idea what this is for. It's tied into this back barrel, which I don't have too much experience with these carburetors, so I guess I'll find out when I open it up. Accelerator pump. I don't know how it works yet, so. Idle screw and secondary idle screw for when you turn on the heater. This kicks forward, speeds up the idle. Okay. Okay, got it clean. Down flat, nothing loose is going to get sucked into the carburetor. I'm sure I took some gasket material off, but it'll still seal. Still good, still solid. Onto the carburetor. This is just for video purposes only. I'm going to clean out this hoop while the carburetor stays together. I'll eventually tear it down and clean it out. Just want to show how much crap is in there. You can see the ports that was clogged. This was not working at all. That's the PCV port. No such thing as a carburetor working 100,000 miles flawlessly. There's eventually going to be times where you got to pull it apart just to clean it out, and not just the bowl area. Okay, this is all the crap I pulled out of the carburetor. Okay, time to really dig into this carburetor. I'm going to tear it down and look everything over, test everything, make sure everything's working and free it up and not clogged, of course. Gaskets out. I got 2 spare carburetors, so I got plenty of parts. If I need a gasket, I could rip one off of another carburetor just like this. I really don't buy rebuild kits unless I absolutely have to, and then it's got to be a really extenuating circumstance. So let's tear into this thing. quick test of this part. Good. Put your bolts back in the hole if you think you're going to lose them or you're not going to remember. I'll keep this together for right now. Doesn't look bad or clogged up in any way. Loose bolt, loose bolt, loose, loose. Looks like a pound piston. Put that together and run it later. One piece. Nice. Loose. You got a rod in there, and there's a little check ball down in there, one-way check ball. to keep evidently the fuel inside somewhere, I guess. I guess that fills up with fuel or sucks it up. I don't know. The bolt that holds it in is hollow. With holes on the side. So this carries fuel. Interesting. Haha. You can see the dirt, there's sand in there. Wow. Main jets. Two full turns in. One, two. I have no clue. Looks like a third barrel. Maybe. There's a spider web in there. At least it's clean behind it.